Hey, Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawud coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rochakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here topic, which was inspired by, one of the subscribers, one of the sheep out there, and he was, let me know, he was about to do his first video and so on and so forth, and was asking about some kind of advice for this situation, and how we got into this, and so, I started to respond for him, but better yet, I just, found that it might be a little more edifying to do a video on this, all right? So I wanted to just jump into this here topic, and kind of let you know how this here thing goes, Now, first and foremost, I want to give a little warning with this, all right? Because, first and foremost, like the scriptures say, we're many members, but one body, all right? Not everybody, that come across this here truth and find out that they're in this truth is, how do I say, is going to be a teacher, There's different lots, different jobs, and so on and so forth, So you want to make sure that, how do I put this, that you're doing what you're called to do, and you'll wind up knowing. This is just something in the spirit, that you'll wind up knowing, all right? Like, for instance, I'll give you an example of when I came into the truth, or like when I came into a camp, because I had been learning about the truth beforehand, you know what I'm saying, watching the videos. I was on the other side just watching the videos, but there came a point in time where I just felt like on the inside of me, I just felt like the Lord was just finna kill me, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, like, just every day I felt like I had a target on my back and I was just being pushed to make a move, And then, lo and behold, that pushed me to reach out, so on and so forth, and get, connected to a camp, so on and so forth, But nevertheless, I had this feeling that it was like, yo, because beforehand, I had the same questions and concerns. Well, how do I know if the Lord is dealing with me? How do I know if the Lord wants me to be a teacher? How do I know if this and how do I know that? So on and so forth. Well, there will be there's a feeling that you'll get. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will show you certain things and push you certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, this will be your only, not to say your only option, but the Lord will show you. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, this is something that one of the things you have to be able to do is, be a judge and discern certain things. Discern things in the spirit. You have to be able to understand when the Lord is talking to you, trying to push you a certain type of way, and even when you become into this truth, man, the Lord could be showing you certain things, or, you have a stumbling block in your way that you keep falling over, and you keep stumbling. Hey, you have to sit there and be able to discern, like, yo, this is something I need to work on. I need to do better at this, because I keep stumbling at this. This is why I keep coming back up, so on and so forth, So you have to be able to discern, what the Lord is trying to tell you, all right? But nevertheless, and also, this isn't something that, again, this isn't, like, how do I put this? This isn't nothing that's, like, faking the funk or anything like that, man. Like, when we say that it's just the spirit, that's exactly what it is. You have to be on this side of the fence to be able to understand, how that really is. It's just like magic, man. It really is. I get, taken back by my damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it be me speaking or other brothers speaking. Like, if you see us at camp sometime, you'll see us sometimes laughing. You know what I'm saying? Or a brother just make a weird gesture or whatever, whatnot, because, there'll be a speaker speaking, and so on and so forth. And then somebody will pull a precept, and then another brother say, I got a precept after that. And then another brother say, I have a precept after that. Now, two brothers are actually holding the same precept, and they may be standing on the opposite ends of the camp, you know what I'm saying, where they don't know which precept is about to come. But nevertheless, you may have two or three brothers holding the same precept. They all call, I got a precept real quick, and it's not a so-called obvious precept. This is a different kind of precept or whatever, whatnot, But nevertheless, that's just how the spirit works. The Lord wants that precept to come out. That's why he put it in the minds of multiple brothers at the same time. You'll see a smile about it. It's just the spirit, man. The Lord really wanted that to come out, And then sometimes you be thinking like, damn, was that my own thought to bring out that precept? Or obviously it was just the Lord that wanted that precept to come out, because not only did it come into my mind to get that precept, another brother, he had that in his mind to bring out that precept, But nevertheless, like I said, this is like, it's really just in the spirit, and, like the scriptures say, take, when you being brought before the judges and so on and so forth, the scriptures say, don't take heed to what you're going to say, because the Lord's going to put that into your mouth. But nevertheless, same way here, man. All right, going out there teaching on the highways and the byways and things like that, the first time you go out there or whatever, whatnot, you're going to have the devil come into your mind. Oh, what happens if I don't know this? Or what if I don't know that? Or what's going on with this? Or what's going on with that? Hey, man, the Lord is going to provide you with all the things that you need, man. All right. The Lord is going to give you all the precepts or whatever, whatnot. Just like when we do these videos, And like, hey, for instance, another instance before we get into the videos, like when we're on the highways and the byways, or if you see us on our live streams and things like that, we don't prepare or plan no lesson. You know what I'm saying? We don't even prepare or plan who's gonna be a speaker at camp. You know, we get there, we set up, like, hey, anybody want to speak? You know what I'm saying? And one brother may step up, or another brother, you know, like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and speak or whatever, whatnot, you know, and then he'll roll with the first precept. You know, once he rolls with that first precept, another brother will pull a precept, another brother will pull a precept. Before you know it, we have a whole topic either on, you know, a whole camp on one topic or multiple topics, and we just flowing through the spirit, you know, and the spirit changes at certain times in certain ways, you know. Or another thing, if you go out to camp or something like that, not saying that you can't go out to camp with some scriptures pre-prepared, but nevertheless, you may go to camp with some scriptures pre-prepared, and you may not read none of those scriptures. You know, the spirit might take you a whole different route, you know. Somebody may come up and ask about something completely different, and then that makes you go into that topic, and then more precepts start rolling out. Before you know it, camp is over with, and you're looking at the precepts you had written down, and you didn't touch none of those precepts, you know. So again, this is all something that's in the spirit, you know. You have to be able to discern that and take heed to what the spirit is saying to you, you know. Or like I was saying in these here videos, you know, same with these here videos, you know. Sometimes we write down scriptures to go into, and sometimes, hey, we'll start out with just a topic in mind, maybe one or two scriptures, and then, hey, oh, I got a precept real quick, I got a precept, and so on and so forth, you know. And another beautiful thing is how the Lord will line them up. You know, how, you know, you can read precept upon precept, line upon line, you know. But also, Revelation 14, they're going to learn a new song that no man can learn. It's just like a song where you put certain, like in music, you put certain verses, you know, line this verse up with this verse, you say this, you know, so the song climax or whatever, whatnot, you know. But nevertheless, it's the same way here, man. And the Lord will put these scriptures together like real nasty, man. So you see a whole visual of what's going on. You know, you start with one precept in one part of the book, then you get to another precept, and then another precept that shows forth the whole thing. For instance, see, this just popped into mind right now as an example, right? You can go to Deuteronomy 28 and 64 on down to 68, talking about how the Lord, you know, dealing with the covenant. If we broke the covenant, the Lord was going to send us into slavery, all right? We was going to be scattered into the four corners of the earth, right? Now you can go to Joel chapter 3, and you can start at, I believe, verse 3 on down, to Joel 3 and 3 on down, you know, talking about us being sold into the so-called slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, you know, where it talks about you have sold Judah into the Grecians, you know. But nevertheless, you know, you can go back and forth with these two things, you know, and you know, line them up like that to where it's like, oh, I see the whole picture now. But hey, the Lord will give you all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Hey, think back on how you got into this here truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Think back to how you found out about the first video or whatever, whatnot. You know, I'm pretty sure the majority of us all came in the same way, you know. You just stumbled across it on YouTube. Now, some of us, you know, one of our friends or somebody like that, or maybe our woman might have told us, hey, you should check this out on YouTube or something like that, or you should check this out, or I seen these guys out here, you should go listen to these guys, you know. Some brothers actually came in like that, but, you know, for most of us, hey, we just so happen to stumble across the videos, man. I didn't search this out. I wasn't looking for this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know what the hell I was on YouTube looking for or looking at, but somehow, some way I landed on these videos, you know. And somehow, some way, it was just like, you know, and I wanted to dismiss it. But nevertheless, the Lord had the spirit on me to keep looking into it, keep, you know, digging and so on and so forth until, you know, I was able to understand what was really going on, you know. But nevertheless, like I said, this is all something that's in the spirit that you have to be able to spiritually discern, you know. But nevertheless, we're going to jump into these here scriptures. I'm going to read a couple of different scriptures, like I said, that just come to mind dealing with this here topic, and we're going to build from there, all right? So I'm going to read actually the whole chapter of Ezekiel 2. It's a short chapter, and I'm going to read some of Ezekiel 3, all right? This is Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, and he said unto me, son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee, all right? And the spirit entered into me, and he spake unto me and set me upon my feet, and I heard him that spake unto me, all right? So, hey, this is very important because, again, let me read this slow. It says, and he said unto me, son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. All right. And what we're going to eventually get to, all right, is these are not our words. This is the Most High's words. OK, so like I opened up, you have to be able to understand how to discern and judge certain things, especially when the Lord is talking to you, because the Lord is not going to talk to you. And just like some, you know, sometimes the Lord will talk to you in like a regular voice, but it'll be through another person or whatever, whatnot, you know. But nevertheless, you know, it's not like you're going to be sitting there and the Lord just start talking to you, whatever, whatnot, you know. You have to be able to discern certain things, you know. And then when I say the Lord will talk to you through different people, I give you an example. Going back to when I came into this here truth, man. All right, there's a brother that's in the camp that was going through some personal shit in his life or whatever, whatnot, you know, and happened to make a video up off of that scenario, whatever, whatnot, you know. And nevertheless, you know, it come to find out that video that he made was for me, and that was like, boom, that was the icing on the cake for me right then and there, you know. But nevertheless, as you know, as we got to meet each other and talk to each other, whatever, whatnot, you know, I was like, you know what, it's the stuff that you was going through probably wasn't even for you. it was for me, you know, and I could hear the Lord speaking through you directly to me, and that was what pushed me to make my move. But nevertheless, you have to be able to discern what the Lord is saying unto you. All right. Verse 2, it says, "And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, and I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Their impudent children and stiff-hearted, I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh power." So, like I quoted earlier, you're not going to take heed to what you want to say and what you think is going to go on and what you want to do. Hey, it's all in all what the Lord has set up, you know. For instance, hey, this happens to me all the time. You know, I might want to do a video on a certain topic or whatever, whatnot. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a video on this here topic or whatever, whatnot. You know, then all of a sudden, you know, I'll get into reading the scriptures or whatever I'm into, right? And then all of a sudden, I get a different lesson, you know, through the Spirit, and then I'm doing that lesson and doing a different lesson. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the lesson, you know, per se that I just like. You know what? I want to do a lesson on this and come out with that. You know, but nevertheless, that's not necessarily how it goes. You know, sometimes it works like that, but you know, for the most part, it's just the Lord going to give you the Spirit to understand, or he'll give you these lessons. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, pray. If you have a hard time coming up with a lesson or whatever, whatnot, which is understandable. Sometimes, you know, you may not have a lesson to come up with, you know, and ultimately the Lord just is seeing if you'll seek him to ask him for that, you know, to put the Spirit on you to get a lesson, you know, and then you can always go and watch other brothers' videos or whatever, whatnot. And a lot of times, hey, video topics come up when you're watching other brothers' videos because they may say something small that's not necessarily even the topic of what they're talking about. They may just make a phrase about something or an example about whatever, whatnot. Then all of a sudden, you get a lesson off of that. Like, for instance, right? See, I'm giving you a lesson right now about coming into this truth or whatever, whatnot, and being a teacher, so on and so forth. And I just referenced how another brother in the camp, you know, was going through certain things or whatever, whatnot, you know, and, you know, that kind of sparked me getting into this. So a brother could be watching this here video and you could be hearing that part and you be like, you know what? Scripture do say, exhort one another with these here words, comfort one another with these here words, whatever, whatnot, and build a lesson based off of that. But my lesson right now is not even off of that right now. But you see what I'm saying? You can get lessons based off of watching other brothers' videos, you know? Hey, and you can never go wrong with, you know, when you're watching the news and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And what's going on in the world, all right? And filtering that through the scriptures and bringing out these here prophecies, all right? Which we'll grab that too, Lord willing. Spirit of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy, man. You can't never go wrong with prophecy, man. This prophecy is boiling off right now. You know, Habakkuk 2 and 3. All right, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's not going to tarry. All right, that's where we at right now. So I mean, there's plenty of topics to go into with these situations, you know. But again, the Lord will give you your own certain lot. Now, some brothers are heavy into, like, you know, different things. You know, if you actually look close at the camps or whatever, whatnot, you know, you don't see all the brothers all on the same level with the same stuff or whatever, whatnot, or one brother in the camp that just know every damn thing, you know what I'm saying, or strong on all topics, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, again, we many members but one body. Every part of your car is not a damn tire. You know, you got a tire, a rim, you got air in the tire, you got a motor, you got a steering wheel. They all play seats in the car, mirrors on the car. They all play a role into your car, you know. But nevertheless, they all working together as one unit to make that one vehicle move in its desired direction. All right. So nevertheless, hey, man, you can be watching videos or brothers' videos, getting edified and doing lessons off of that. You can also, again, watch the news and the prophecies and things like that and get lessons off of that as well, too. Hey, you can just be reading the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, and want to bring something out that's in the scriptures, you know. Whatever the Lord puts onto your heart to do that. Just don't force the Spirit, you know. Don't force the course of the Spirit. Again, like I said, sometimes, hey, you want to pre-plan a lesson. All right, I'm going to do this here lesson or whatever, whatnot. And, you know, the Lord may have a different lesson come up, but then all of a sudden you want to do what you want to do, you know. And you'll see sometimes the Lord may not want that video to come out. You know, something may happen, you know what I'm saying, where you could be recording and do a video, whatever, whatnot, that all of a sudden the file get corrupted or the file will upload with no sound. Like, well, maybe that, you know, I should just do better and take heed to what the Spirit is telling me, you know. So I'm going to keep reading on down. It says, verse 5, it says, and whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet they shall know that there have been a prophet among them. Now, you don't want to come into this here truth and start putting up videos or whatever, whatnot, and realize that you don't have a real big following. Not a lot of people are watching your videos or whatever, whatnot, you know, and get discouraged because of that. All right. What you have to understand is Israel's a hard-headed people. They don't want to, you know, the majority of our people don't want to hear this. You know, the majority of our people, like the scriptures say, they got itching ears. They want to, they say prophesy unto us smooth things. All right. So you can't how do I say get all down because of the fact that you don't have that many subscribers, you don't have that many views on your videos. You know what I'm saying? For instance, shit, you can go back to a lot of my early videos. There's probably still a lot of my videos with 0 views on there, 1 view on there, 2 or 3 views on there, whatever, whatnot. Now I only, I get about 20 views on my videos now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? I got like maybe like 200 something subscribers and only get like 20 views. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, hey. And this was always my mindset. I don't care about none of that, man. I'm going to just do what the Lord, gave me to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out here and prophesy into the wind if you got to, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord will bring the increase. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to notice as long as I stayed in that same spirit, kept pushing out my videos, kept edifying, kept preaching and teaching as if there was a multitude of people learning, right? And still getting no views, then all of a sudden, man, the Lord just started giving me an increase, and more viewers, more subscribers, so on and so forth, And I look back, I was like, you know what? Maybe the Lord didn't give me all these views as I was building up my channel to see if I was going to keep going forth. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, he could build up my channel that way. And then all of a sudden, when people come, there's an abundance of food for them to eat at. They can always go back and look at videos, So you don't want to get discouraged at that because you got to understand who you're talking to, When you first come into this here truth, you want to tell everybody, your friends, your family, and so on and so forth. The majority of them don't want to listen. 99.9% of them don't want to hear and listen to this here truth, man. So don't get discouraged when you start putting your videos up or whatever, whatnot, and not getting no views on there, all right? Verse 6, and thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Hey, you're going to get a lot of scoffers and people in the comment section or whatever, whatnot, trying to discourage you, make you feel bad or whatever, whatnot, and so on and so forth. But you got to understand, man, hey, don't be afraid of what they got going on, man. If you know that the Lord gave you this here truth, all right, and he's building you up to be a teacher, go do that, all right? Because these are, these spirits are trying to get you to stop preaching, man. That's the whole end all be all with that, man. So you have to be able to take heed to all these things, all right? Verse 7, and when thou speakest my words unto them, all right, again it says, when thou speakest my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are the most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee, be not rebellious like that rebellious house, open thy mouth and eat what I give thee. All right, so look, you came into this here truth, man. All right, you've been learning and studying or whatever, whatnot, the Lord is feeding you with this, all right? So the Lord is feeding you with this here wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for a reason, man. All right, so look, you got to sit here and eat what the Lord is giving you, all right? Verse 9, and when I looked, and behold, a hand was set upon me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, and it spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written lamentation, mourning, and woe, which is going into the scriptures, all right? The good, the bad, and the ugly, We're going to get saved. We're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to all be righteous. We're going to have slaves. We're going to be living forever. That's the good. The bad, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we in captivity right now, you know what I'm saying? And we damn near destroyed, And the ugly is we still got to endure this bitch all the way into the end, man. We still in captivity and the devil coming down unto us with great wrath, man, because he know he have a short time. And this is the end all be all, man. So you have to be able to endure all this lamentations, mourning, and woe, man. All right. Verse Ezekiel 3:1, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat thou what thou findest, eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. All right, eating this here roll is devouring these here scriptures and getting understanding with these here scriptures. All right, and then going back and giving it to the children of Israel, like the parable of the 3 different guys with the multiple different talents, the 5 talents, what was it? I think it's 10 talents, 5 talents, and 2 talents or something like that, The moral of the story was, you got whatever I give you, you got to go and flip that, man. I didn't give you this just to go hide it and just for you to keep it, man. All right. So you have to, how do I say, eat this, digest it, devour it, understand what you eat and process it. All right. And then go back out and teach it, man. Verse 2. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat. And he says, son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth honey for sweetness. All right. So yeah, it's going to be sweetness. Sweet in your mouth and bitter in your belly, because when you first come across this here truth, you know what I'm saying, you want to go tell everybody, and oh man, we the greatest people, we so on and so forth. You want to go tell everybody, but you see a reaction that everybody is giving you, and it's just like, damn, man, I done lost all my friends by trying to tell them that they God's chosen people. I done lost my old lady because I tried to, have us live a better life. I lost my whole family because of this, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a little bit bitter when when you first find out about this, you try telling everybody else, Same way when you first come into this here, you pick up the plow and you start putting your hand into the plow to do this here work, man. All right. Yeah, the beginning half of all this, I might be a man of the Lord, I might be a prophet, it's all good, but hey, man, hey, this ain't no easy walk, man. You know what I'm saying? We literally bearing up our crosses, man, and following after Yahushua, man. This is like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but like the scripture say, man, the 2/3 versus the 1/3 in Zechariah 8:8 and 11 on down, man. All right, the third is gonna be brought through the fire and gonna be tried as the gold is tried and refined as the silver is refined, man. So we gonna basically be going through our cleansing right here and right now, man. Whereas the 2/3 they got to be burnt up with fire, but guess what? We got to go through ours right now, because also as the scriptures say, the Lord's going to deliver us and out of six basically six perils. When these things start coming to pass, famine and all this and that, the Lord's going to deliver us in six of those and save us in the seventh. All right, so basically, you know what I'm saying, that's, when all the hell breaks loose, we're going to be good, man. You read plenty of scriptures on this, how a man's going to be more precious than the golden wedge of Ophir. A man's going to be a hiding place from the storm. All right, and in that day, them 7 women gonna come to those the men of the Lord. All right, and set a sign, set a mark, a mark of exemption on the foreheads of those that sign crop for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. These men are gonna be all right. They're not gonna be going through, they're gonna be going through it, but they're not gonna be really suffering in these things. Like the scripture also say, y'all gonna be hungry, but my servants are gonna eat, man. All right, and so on and so forth. So, we basically got to get our shit right now, man. This is where we're going through our cleansing right now, man. All right, so. If you prepare to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation, man. Prepare your soul to be brought to a lower estate, man. Prepare to lose everything that you so-called got in this here world, man. That's part of letting that old man die off, man. You got to, Matthew 19, we've forsaken all, man. That's real deep, man. You have to really understand that. You have things that you don't even realize that you have, that you're about to lose, you know what I'm saying, for Yahushua's sake. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? He did the same thing for you. So this is a reasonable service, man. All right, but nevertheless, you have to actually account this here cost, man. You have to understand these things. So it's gonna be sweet in your mouth. Oh, it's a good idea. It sound like, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people, see us on the YouTube and like, oh man, these guys are like, these are like superheroes. I wish I could do that, and so on and so forth. But you see us on the videos or whatever, whatnot. But really, the biggest battle is when we not on camera, when we, in our everyday lives and things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Walking as sheep among wolves, man. All right, but nevertheless. And these wolves are trying to devour us all day, but we got to keep our composure and, do this and do that or whatever, whatnot, and just losing out on a lot of things, man. You'll find out all kind of crazy shit's going to come out the woodwork, man, from bodily pains and aches, you know what I'm saying, losing shit in life, your job, finances, you might have a wife and kids or whatever, whatnot, you will wind up losing all these things, man, all right? Just as a warning, not to scare you off, but nevertheless, to prepare you and warn you for these things that's coming, man. All right, and the worst is what you don't want to do is, come into this thing with a wife and some kids or an old lady or some shit like that, or a good job or something like that, and wind up losing it, and that's really where your heart is at, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, like, yo, man, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'd rather have my life back. Then all of a sudden you return back into the world, man. All right, that's way worse than you just not coming into the truth to begin with, but nevertheless, you it's easy to say these things, but you have to understand, like, yo, you really gonna be going through these things, you know what I'm saying? And it's really gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't just say these things to just scare you off, but you can ask each and every one of us brothers that's in this here truth about the things, that we once had and that we once, that we all wound up losing, man. And what our condition is, bro, like we in hell right now, man. We in hell more than anybody else can really even imagine, man. You have no idea the shit that we go through, but like the scriptures say, our weapons of our warfare, or we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness and high places, roughly paraphrasing. But nevertheless, this is a lot of shit that's going on inside of our minds. Demons fucking with us or whatever, whatnot, all kind of crazy things, man. Like I said, you wouldn't even believe all the crazy shit that would happen, But nevertheless, going to verse 4 says, and he said unto me, son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. All right. So again, it's not your words, but it's the Most High's words, and he'll give you those words to speak. All right. So, I think that was all I wanted to grab here. Oh, here goes something else a little better. Ezekiel 3:17, it says, son of man, I've made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. All right, so look, this is another thing that you have to, be comfortable with doing, When you see somebody going off, especially like your brothers or whatever, whatnot, you have to be able to tell them that they're going off, all right, to be able to save their soul, man. All right, and also yours at the same time, because if you don't tell them, they're going to still wind up dying, but then, hey, the blood's going to be required at your hand, man. So this is This is a big responsibility to have, man. All right, you basically in charge of the Lord's sheep, man. All right, and you have to take good care and you have to have a good watchful eye over the sheep, man. All right, and there's really is no days off in this here truth, man. You can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna go out this weekend, not go out next weekend. I'm gonna take some time off for whatever, whatnot, man. Because the sheep is out there. The sheep is hungry. They want to learn, man. So it's your job to sit here and feed the sheep, man. All right. So I'm gonna go from there to mention this a little earlier. This is well, I'm gonna read from here just to give you the whole context. You know what I'm saying? This is Luke 21:12. Before all these, they shall lay hands on you and persecute you and deliver you up to synagogues and into prisons, being brought before the kings and rulers for my name's sake. You know, give you the backdrop of what we're reading. You know, because I kind of referenced this a little earlier. But nevertheless, hey, in the same token, man. All right, hey, you gotta be prepared for this here persecution. You know, and this, hey man, this is like the last final hour, man. And this persecution, you see them prepping for it right now, man. But guess what? You gotta stand firm. But nevertheless, what the Lord is saying here, man, is, hey, don't take heed. You get brought up into court or whatever, whatnot. Don't sit in there and try to, all right, this is what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to do that. The police roll on me. I'm going to say this or I'm going to say, nah, man, don't worry about none of that, man. At that point in time, the Lord will give you what he wants you to say at that point in time, man. He's going to deliver you up out of your calamity, all right? But nevertheless, saying, using this to say this, it says, verse 13, and shall turn to you for testimony. Settle it not in your heart or your mind, not to meditate before what you shall answer. All right. So, hey, also like when you go, sometimes you going into a lesson or whatever, whatnot, hey, sometimes the Lord will give you a lesson, man, or watch videos or whatever, whatnot, and whatever, the Lord will give you a lesson out of that. It's not always about you, trying to go out and pre-plan certain things, because then that, you going down that path, you doing what you want to do, and not saying that you can't, what I'm saying? Oh, I want to do a video on this, or I want to do a video on that, so on and so forth. But, leave room for the Lord to speak to you to see what it is that he wants you to do a video on, But nevertheless, verse 15, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. All right. So, going into that, we see this happen all the time, man. We're on the highways and the byways, and some scoffer come up and start talking all kind of shit or whatever, whatnot. The best thing that we can do, all right, is to just stay in the scriptures, man. Once we get off of the scriptures and start going into what we feel and how we think and start going into our minds, that's giving them room to, keep taking bigger and bigger and bigger steps. But if we just fall back on the scriptures, they ain't got nothing to say about that, man. That's the end all be all. Well, let's grab it in the scriptures. Let's read the scriptures on it. Let's go to the precept on that, man. Stay in the scriptures at the end all be all, man. Don't be trying to take heed to, all right, well, I got something for you. Well, what about this? Then you just get into an argument, man. All right, and going back and forth. But hey, just bring out the scriptures, man. All right. I quoted this earlier too. Revelation 19:11. 10. Revelation 19:10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see that thou doest not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren, which have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. All right, so hey, you can never go wrong by going into prophecy, all right, because that's the spirit of Yahushua is dealing with these here prophecies, man. All right, so you can never go wrong with what's going on in the prophecy, man. You can watch these news clips and all these things going on around the world. And, you have a couple different people that have channels. For instance, Pedro V, End Time Signs, Signs of the Times or whatever, whatnot. All these different channels basically showcase just news clippings from the week or the month or whatever, whatnot, showing you basically prophecy coming to pass, man. All these different things, uproars of the people, earthquakes around the world, so on and so forth. They show you all these different things. All you got to do is watch those videos, and go through the scriptures and find the precepts that line right up with it, man. All right, and you going right into prophecy, man. All right. This is Romans 6, and we'll start at verse 3, because I kind of mentioned this a little earlier about us all being in these camps, and some brothers they have a strong they strong in this area, and another brother strong in that area, another brother strong in this area. So hey, you come up to the camp with a question, one of the brothers will be able to answer the question for you. Romans 12:3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but soberly, according to as Most High has dealt to every man the measure of faith. All right. So look, everybody's going to be given their own set portion. You may be given way more faith than the next brother. This brother may, have to be built up in faith. You may be given a whole lot of precepts. You may be given a whole lot of whatever, man, a whole lot of information on this or on that. But you can't think of yourself more highly than anybody else, man. Oh, I got all the answers. We see this all the time happen. When people fall out or whatever, whatnot, they try to go against the apostles. Oh, no, they going off, but this the real deal. But wait a minute, man. Didn't they teach you everything that you know? You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden now you better than them, because wow, that's when, they start thinking on their own mind, meditating on their own mind, and then they get led astray. All right. Verse 4, for as we have many members in one body, all the members have not the same office, like I was just going into. So we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, and he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. All right. So basically, again, like I was saying earlier, we many members but one body. So you have to understand what your role and what your position is and play that to the best of your ability. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 12:4. Now there are a diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit. All right. So, hey, you may have a brother in the camp that's real good with Hebrew. All right. Another brother that's real deep into prophecies. Another brother that's real deep into, geopolitical situations, geographic locations, history or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? A brother that can teach well about brotherly love and all these type of things. Another brother that's going into, again, prophecies. Another brother that's going into whatever, But again, we have, let me read that again. It says, now, verse 4, 1 Corinthians 12:4. Now, there are diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administration, but the same Lord. And there are diversity of operations, but the same power which worketh in all. All right. So, hey, like I was just breaking down. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. So the Lord going to give you what you need to get you by, or what you need, or to fit in where you fit in, to get in where you fit in, If you heavy with prophecy or whatever, whatnot, hey, the Lord will set you with maybe around brothers that's not so heavy in prophecy like that, so y'all will be a balanced body, But nevertheless, the Lord is going to build you up for exactly what you need, all right, to play your role, all right? Like in football, you don't have every single player running the same plays as the quarterback is playing and practicing like the quarterback is practicing, or like the kicker or the punter is playing, because you only got one of them. I mean, you got, backups, but, mainly you only got one of them on the field at the same time, Verse 9, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gift of healing by the same Spirit, to another working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning the spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another interpretation of the tongues. All right. So, hey, many members, one body, many different jobs. Verse 12, but as for the body is one and hath many members, and all members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also in Hamashiach. All right. So look, you got to understand, we all fit in as one big puzzle, man. You can't, have everybody trying to be on the same level, or you standing in a camp, want to be next to this next person, want to be exactly like them. It's not going to work out like that, man. The Lord's going to give you what you need to be able to prosper with. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let me think of anything else I want to grab. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying to the elect, and also to the subscriber who inquired about this. And, if I didn't answer all your questions, you still got any more questions, hey, put it in the comments below. And for anybody else that's listening, you know what I'm saying? If you ever got any questions, concerns, or whatever, whatnot, put it in the comment section, as long as it's not like a scoffer type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll go into it, even, there's a difference between, somebody, putting up a so-called dumb question versus a scoffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if somebody say, hey, wait a minute, I thought Iran was Ishmael or whatever, whatnot. Isn't Iran Ishmael or whatever, whatnot? And like, well, actually, they not. Well, we'll do a video on it. Matter of fact, I might do a video on that coming up real soon, but Lord willing. But nevertheless, that may sound like a stupid question, all right? But in reality, it's not a stupid question, We can go into it and break it down with the scriptures, But nevertheless, like dealing with, some of these damn scoffers or whatever, whatnot, hey, don't worry about none of that, all right? But nevertheless, you got a sincere question or whatever, whatnot, hey, like I said, drop it in the comment section on any video, whatever, whatnot, hey, Lord will not be able to get back to you and answer it in the video and edify not only you, but Lord willing, the rest of the elect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying into the elect. And until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.